Well, folks, I have been looking forward to this day for some time. And as you know, I have teased you mercilessly about the fact we're going to have a drive time host running from 4 to 6. And on Friday, I told you it was going to be Leah Panapa, which excited many of you from the quality of text there and the general tenor of replies I got. There was very little disappointment at the appointment of Ms. Panapa, who officially starts work for the platform this very morning. And we'll be on air, if we get everything right, we'll be on air from next Monday between 4 and 6 p.m. And she joins us by video link. Now, Leah, how are you? Lovely to have you here. How awesome.
Good morning. How awesome. I can see me in double. I can't see you. Can you see me?
Oh, no, I can see you. I've got you. And I presume, what's it looking like online? I'll just have a look and see what it's like on the stream. It'll be on the stream. Yeah, but will the stream be working, Ben? This is up to you. It will. It's a little bit in delay, but that's fine. No, we've got you and you can hear me fine, which
Excellent.
is great.
Good start.
Leah, firstly, welcome. It is so lovely to be back working with you again. Because the last time we worked together, we first worked actually together was on Radio Live, wasn't it? What, 5 years ago, 6 years ago?
Yeah, gosh, it was. You were days and I was nights.
Yeah, that's right.
So we were a little shippish in the nightish.
Yeah.
But I did get to see you when you came in to work, and we always had a good chat, good goss.
Now, most recently, you have been on Today FM, the short-lived Today FM, which was born out of what was Magic Talk, where I used to work. But you've had a long, and I'm not doing, you're a lady, I'm not going to ask about the age-specific thing, that's a secret. but you've done this a long time, and you've had one of those classic radio careers where you started in the provinces and you went to a whole lot of different places and got a whole lot of experience, right?
Yeah. So if you can do the math, if you want to do the math, I think 36 years.
We're past the time where we do the math. We don't do the math.
Don't do math. Yeah, started in the provinces in Hastings, straight out of a year out of school. Didn't go to broadcasting school, just, rocked up in my uniform and asked the local station if I could join. And, back then you just kind of did anything and everything, worked 7 days a week for 4/5 of you-know-what, but it was fun, so much fun. Yeah. Then I went to Taupō for a couple of years, 3 years. And then that's when I got the call to come to Auckland, which is now 20-odd years ago. Yeah, so it's been... but you know what, I think about it now and then, about what I've done. What I think I'm most proud of, because there were stations I really loved, funnily enough, they were the province ones, is that I kind of didn't stay in that one gig for 25 years. Yeah, like some people have. I've ended up in newsrooms, talk back, breakfast shows, days, odd mid-dawn, and I've been lost jobs so many times, redundancies, back again, and that's what I think I'm most proud of, is just doing. I haven't put myself into that one show forever. Yeah. And I have done lots of different stuff, but my heart really was in talkback, and that's really where I wanted to go way back when.
Boy, it's changed though. The whole industry's changed, hasn't it, Leah, in our lifetime? And I guess, though, I'm not asking you, and I do not want you to be negative about anyone in particular in a prior sense. I mean, you got caught making some comments. We didn't get caught. You just actually said what you bloody thought, which is the essence of off-talk radio. Yeah. And you kind of got pinged for saying that blokes couldn't have babies, which I found, looked at from the outside and said, geez, that's amazing.
Yeah, I think it was a moment where I thought, this is how my career ends, which was really strange. It was a horrible time for a couple of weeks. And then, of course, the station shut down, not just because of me. Yeah. But no, it's all your fault. It was all me. It was a conversation on air, and I had said that only women can have babies. Got to have a uterus. It's biology. I'm not a doctor, but and my God, hell broke loose. And it was phenomenal. Like and here's the thing, Sean. I had the backing of the listeners. People were sliding into my DMs of all lesbians. And, one guy said, Leah, I've been gay for 70 years or 60 odd years, and what we fought for back then. And, I did not get one negative comment from a listener, a client, people that didn't know me, right?
Yeah.
All the negativity came from within that building.
Yeah,
So
and it's and it is very much, and I said, we've kicked around in the same places together. It is that culture that so worried me and made me set up the platform, is that actually that relationship with our audience, the listeners, the people watching and listening now, that is the most important thing. And they're pretty good at picking up BS, aren't they?
Oh my gosh, they are incredible. I think when I first started in Talkback, the things people would text through or ring up and say, it took me a while to even kind of process some of the stuff, because they can sniff BS, a mile away. Sean, some are just wanting to catch you up all the time. Catch you out. But most people want to engage, and that's what I loved about it. Most people, majority want to talk. They've invested. They live in this world, this country, so they have a say. They want to have a say. And more we're feeling we can't have a say.
Yeah, that's right. Look, as I said to you jokingly when we had lunch and sorted all this out, I said, well, great, you're in my diversity hire. I got a brown woman all in one. If only you were in a wheelchair and a lesbian, I'd be home and hosed. But you do bring some texture to the platform that, I'll be honest, it hasn't hitherto had, because you got three white blokes. And I'm not, as you know, I'm probably not a quota guy.
No, you're not.
And I said to you, I want you to do what you want to do. So what are you looking forward to doing? What can we expect from you?
I was thinking about this, and I mean, I'm really excited. It's a 2-hour show, so it's going to be. I'm not on there. My longest shows have been 5 hours, and it drags on, and you by the end of the week you've lost the will to live.
Yeah.
So 2 hours, I want to, obviously we'll have interviews, but I think what the other Drive show does not have is, she doesn't participate with the audience, with the people, with the listeners. And I think just because it's at that end of the day and not on Breakfast with You, or during the day with, and
with things happen in a day, most days stuff develops, Yeah.
So I want to talk. I also want to talk to people, as well as the interview side of it. I'm not going to be one of those. I want to hold the powerful people to account. That's just not going to. Of course, we'll ask questions. We'll talk to people, but I think I want it to be more engaging. I would like for people that do tune in, that listen, that watch, to feel that they can also jump on.
Can I just say, while we're here, if anyone wants to ring in right now and have a chat to Leah or ask Leah a question, feel free, 0800 33 2283, or even, and there are lots of texts coming in, you're getting a lot of positive feedback. Leah, like this, Leah is awesome, so good to have her back. Always know Leah is a host from The Rock's morning show. When were you on The Rock?
Oh, gosh. 2005
at least it's this century.
And then out at 2014.
Well, welcome aboard, Leah. You are a legend. Yes, says Matt from Masterton. Yes. She is an excellent radio host. Glad to hear her again. Beautiful, Leah Panapa. Can't wait to hear you back on our airways like a flea in the best way. No
like
bend to that. Geez, Sean, now get this one, Leah.
Okay,
Geez, Sean, you will need a wine sponsor if Leah is coming on board. Is there something you should have told me? Well, we like a glass of...
Well, look, now that I've got you, Sean, here's a question. So on Fridays, would it be possible to open a nice little something
yes,
at about 5:30?
I am not...
the last half hour of the show?
Yeah, oh, yes, of course you may. Of course you may. We'll have to get you a sponsor, and we will. If anyone is a wine sponsor, we're more than happy. Leah will take all the support she can get. Hashtag Leah for PM, which I think is a bit ambitious. And we've got a few...
One step at a time.
I do have some calls coming in, which Ben's just sorting out.
Brilliant.
Leah, what do you think has happened? What do you think has happened in the industry, in the media industry? Obviously, technology's changed it because you're not going to be on the radio. You're going to be on the, we're calling it netcasting, which is the best name we could come up for. But it's been massive, really, in our career time, hasn't it? What's happened?
I don't. When I started, I was playing vinyl records. And, I mean, did you ever do music stations, Sean?
No, I've always been boring old news guy, yeah.
So, I mean, I started in music and this is how, only 30 odd years ago, I was playing vinyl, and then technology went very, very fast. Everything was on computers. That's fine. And then I think with, people going onto the internet, Spotify, using different mediums to get their news from, I think radio kind of panicked a little bit, and suddenly digital. So here's the thing, we've got to go digital. Let's go digital. This is what everyone's doing, and it was kind of at the detriment of radio. And I think they just kind of lost their way and didn't do anything. They didn't do the digital well enough, and then the radio suffered.
Yeah.
So
they were nowhere.
They were nowhere.
Yeah.
And they got waylaid again by society, or what's going on out there. We have to,
But also you worked, and what happened to you with the blokes can't have babies comment.
Yeah.
There were external organisations that MediaWorks had signed up to, and many other organisations have, that are like the chalk monitors of media, and if you step out of line, I mean, that's what happened to me at Magic, essentially. I think it was the same group of people who came after you eventually got me, and that was the Rainbow Tick Brigade. You have to think this, or otherwise you're gone.
And that's very much how it happened with me, and why I was, had my backside handed to me.
Yeah.
And I just didn't understand. I remember sitting having it wasn't even a conversation. I was spoken to at by, HR's not called HR anymore. It's PC, People and Culture.
Oh, no.
It's
so appropriate in some ways.
So appropriate. So I'm sitting there with PC talking at me, and I, you don't realise what you've said and how marginalised you've made people feel, and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I kind of said at the end of it, firstly, I said, in case you don't see me, I said I was, the first part Māori woman who worked at a rock station, who worked at stations where they didn't put females on air until I got there.
Yeah.
And, and I said, I didn't make a song and dance about it.
Yeah.
I just went and did it, and I had this was my gig.
Yeah.
And I didn't form a committee behind me. It was just, I just got on with the job. I don't understand why this certain group has to make everybody part of their group. I didn't, you know what she said? I thought, she goes, oh, well, you get it then. I said, no, I don't get it. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I don't mind who works in this industry. You can have purple hair and fly in on a unicorn if you want to. It's totally fine with me, But again, but pushing your ideals onto me, and affecting my job is what I was trying to say. I can't.
Did they ever actually make you go and do the re-education camp? Because you were going to be sent off to the gulag or something, weren't you, and reprogrammed?
Don't make me spit my tea out. So I was signed up for the gulag, and I was ready to go. I thought, you know what? I'll do it, team player.
Yeah.
Might learn something. Let's go and have a look.
Yeah.
And the day of, I got called in again to the office and told it was cancelled.
Oh.
And I went, oh, okay, well, I got my pen and paper ready. I was all set to go.
Yeah.
And I said, may I ask why? And without a word of a lie, Sean, it was cancelled because the group holding it felt unsafe with me being in the room.
Sorry,
I did that. I did what you did. I laughed, and then I said, are you bleeping kidding me?
Yeah.
I didn't threaten anybody physically. I haven't stood over anybody that's, No, and you have to take it seriously, Leah. So we will reschedule. And I just walked out and went, okay, I get this now.
This is really not about solving a problem. It's about getting rid of it.
No, it's not about something. No, and it's also about stringing it out, isn't it? It's about, to me, I felt like, again, I'd already gone through a week of it and I was doing everything I was supposed to do. And now they were dragging it out even further.
Yeah.
I was a threat.
Yeah.
Now, come on.
Yeah. Jesse just said he just spit his charnui out. Someone listening. Oh, look, I've got some cool. Look, Ash, what are you? Here's Leah. Talk to Leah. Ash, there you go.
Good morning, Sean. Morning, Leah, and welcome back.
Oh, thanks, Ash. Oh, lovely. Have we spoken before?
Look, honestly, we have. The last time we spoke, you were on Magic for a very, very short fill-in for somebody, and the instant you went on air, America invaded Syria and blew up a half a dozen Russian planes on the runway.
Right.
I believe I was on air with you, and it sort of broke around the outside of, hey, welcome back, Leah. Boom. And World War III kicked off, and it was extraordinarily funny. But, well, not for the Syrians, obviously, and probably not for the Americans at the time, and certainly not for you. But your very, very capable show went straight out the window with a whole lot of political opinions from the US and a whole lot of political opinions from Russia and Syria. But look, honestly, I think you're on a platform that's going to give you a significantly better base, and without being deplatformed. Yeah. And, there's been so many cancellations and so many ridiculous things. And everybody just sat there and absolutely with their jaws on the ground when what happened to yourself and Miles went down with the old station. Speaks to people that have been listening to it for a long time. And so, my God, the woke have taken over finally, and this is it. But as Sean pointed out, you couldn't be any better representation or representative of your multiple Iwis, multiple associations, just multiple good person and a bloody good interviewer. So I'm looking forward to hearing you further on the big wide web.
Yep. Good on you, Ash.
You've
got a regular. You make sure you're the first caller. We've got Sarah. Yes, we will take Sarah. How are you?
Oh, sorry, it's me again. You're going to make me late. But I always reference Leah, and it's lovely Leah Panapa. And Leah, you've always been a bridge over troubled waters, and you were at Radio Live, especially when Peter and Sean Plunket were jettisoned unfairly and unjustly.
Oh, that was Magic, I think. Yeah, well, it's a different name.
Was it Magic? Was it Magic? Okay, sorry. Yeah. And look, Leah, you're always non-threatening. You never get personal, and for a woman, you're not complicated. And you always remind me of, you've never changed. You're like Yvonne Elliman, in the circa, I think it was 1979. That song, If I Can't Have You, I Don't Want No Body Baby. So welcome, Leah, and it's lovely to have you on board. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Oh, thanks, Sarah.
There you go.
What a great compliment for a woman. You're not complicated. I think that's
I'm not going to say anything. I'm a loser there.
I think that's great. She nailed it.
Well, look, Leah, I'm not going to keep you any longer. We've got a bit to do this week, technically sorting things out. And exactly what the show is largely up to you and to the people who are listening and what we organically create there. But I just want to say again, so awesome to have you on board. And my texts are going off and people are very, very happy.
Thank you for the opportunity, Sean. I'm so excited. This is brilliant.
All right, you. We'll talk later today. That is Leah Panapa, the new drive show. We've got to come up for a name for a show as well for Leah. So Leah Panapa will be with you probably Monday from 4 through to 6. And guys, if you've got any ideas, let us know, and we will go onwards and upwards.